Hey guys, I'm Chewy Mew, but my real name is Eric, and welcome to another Chewy Mew review where I basically review whatever I want. But more specifically, Spider-Man figures, at least most of the time. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Spider-Man Classics Scorpion. And really quick, before we even hop into this, I lost his part of the tail, the big scorpion stinger he had on the end. I just put this rubber thing on so you don't just see this thing sticking out. Put that on here just to cover it. As a kid, I guess I lost it or it broke. Something happened to it that it's gone now. But even with that messed up, this is definitely, to me, this is the best Scorpion figure. There is the Marvel Legends Molten Man Build-A-Figure series where you get a Scorpion, but he's not very muscular. He has just like a regular, like, Spider-Man sized body. So I actually won't be able to grab the Sandman because he's too far off camera. I'll show a picture of it on the screen, but I thought they had the same bodies, but actually no. They have a couple differences here and there, like the feet are different, the legs, the sculpt on it. Which actually, if we move his arms out of the way, put his arms down, straighten this guy's joints up. A lot of his joints are really tight, and as a kid I was always really scared of breaking them, well, none of them ever broke. Take a look at the face here. That good old scorpion face, pretty good looking. Looks kind of angry, kind of ugly. So there's actually a variant of this guy where he has the where it's like metallic green and he has a mask covering his mouth too, where you can only see his eyes. Which as a kid, I saw both of them in stores, and I decided to get this one just because I thought this one looked more like the cartoon, like the 90s animated series. His joints are so funky, like I feel like I'm gonna break the arms and legs. If you can show them, they click a lot, which is kind of satisfying, but it sounds like it's gonna break, which is concerning. But also his tail has this wire in it, which they use for a lot of Doc Ocks. It has this wire that you can bend the tail in a lot of crazy positions. You can even curl it up in a ball, which I don't think you would ever want to do with Scorpion. You know, unless Spider-Man defeats him and he curls his tail up in a ball, like if you have a diorama. I think it's diorama. On the camera, he looks a lot more like forest green, where in real life he looks closer to lime green, like a dark lime green. But in the camera, he looks like kind of... Yeah, honestly, I think his color looks cooler in the camera than in real life. I'm just so scared of breaking these joints. He's got these big boots. Those are big feet. Compare that to the guy I always compare him to, Spider-Man. His foot is like almost double the size of Spider-Man's foot. The legs are a lot bigger too. I also really like how he has this texture on it, like these little dots you see here, those are actually sculpted in. They're not just like paint. That's like, if you put your hand over it, you can actually feel the bumps on it, which I think that's really cool. Also, if you heard that notification sound, sorry. Like all of this is like sculpted in. This is what I love about Toy Biz figures, how Hasbro, yeah, the sculpt and the paint looks awesome on Hasbro. Toy Biz just, I feel like, went above and beyond. Like with all the articulation, giving so many different variations of articulation per figure. To me, just, as a kid, it was just so much fun going to the toy show and seeing like, oh, which figure do they have? And how does it move? What gimmick does it have? You know, cool stuff like that. A little bit of plastic peeling off there from, I think something happened to it, I don't remember. The bend kind of gets stopped there in the knee by that plastic thing, or that little joint there, but if it didn't, I feel like the joint would kind of break so. So yeah, Toy Biz really knew what they were doing here. The hands, pretty big hands too. Pretty big hands. There's like a bit of like a very dark green here, if you can see that. Focus camera. A little bit of green there. The hands are kind of loose, but it's like big claws. I like that they give them like really big hands and really big boots or big feet. I don't know, to me that just, I don't know, that's cool to me. And I really wish I had the stinger thing, because the stinger thing was big, like probably like bigger than his boot, like big beast creature. So the tail, like I showed you, has a bunch of articulation on it, a bunch of posability. Unfortunately, I lost the stinger, which the stinger actually, you would have like these little missile things and you'd stick in the stinger. When you pressed a button, it would shoot, kind of like how he shoots acid from the tail. I always like to have the tail typically posed like this, like he's getting ready to like shoot down at Spider-Man, like pow. I don't know why that made me laugh. The head rotates all the way around. I think it's on a ball joint. I don't want to risk popping the head off. It's on a ball joint though. It's slightly loose. The arms rotate all the way around. they hinge up all the way. It's really crunchy sounding, like you hear that? It feels like it's gonna break. He has a rotation here, I think it's called a bicep swivel, single or double bend in the elbow, rotation actually here. It's not right here because the joint's right there, but it rotates here, his hand. Very good wrist hinge, goes in pretty good, goes out pretty good too. The fist doesn't really close, it kind of just more of like opens, opens like that, and then closes. Doesn't make much of a fist, it's kind of more like that, more like that than like a fist. The other hand is, I think, sculpted slightly differently, but it does the same pretty much. It's like a ball jointed torso kind of. This one's not too good, it does click a lot, which that's satisfying right there, let's be honest, that's pretty satisfying. He does have rotation here before the start of his underwear. It's not underwear, but it looks like underwear. Kind of rotates, it kind of wiggles, it doesn't really move. The legs kick out pretty good. They go out really far. They go forward good. They go back, if you stand them up on one foot, they go back pretty good. Oops. Double bend in the knee, rotation here at the boot, and the toe. The foot goes back a good amount. It doesn't really go forward too much because the way that the boot is made. And the toe bends up. It doesn't go back because it's too big for it. And also, on the foot, this foot, it says, you can see that, probably can't see it, but it says made in China because, you know, everything's made in China. And the other foot says, it's upside down, it says 2004 Marvel Entertainment Toy Biz. So yeah, good old Toy Biz figure. Really love Toy Biz figures. I think these are definitely awesome. There are a couple Hasbro figures where I think, wow, that's pretty cool. But most of the figures I think are awesome looking are figures that Toy Biz never made, or Toy Biz figures I never had. That's all for this review. You know, let me know if you like this figure. Let me know what you think about this guy. Let me know what you think about Scorpion in general. And if you like this video, you know, leave a like. I will see you guys in the next video. Wow.